Okay, today we're going to look through some examples of problems that involve adding amounts of money together and subtracting amounts of money. So for example, if you were making a purchase of something, then you're going to give the cashier a certain amount of money. They're going to have to subtract how much you are spending and give you back the difference. So we're going to start with some simple examples, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways we can try these problems. So this first one is not even on the worksheet, but I made this problem up using the prices that we see here. So I said, you have $1. You're going to buy 2 tennis balls that cost 27 cents each. So there are a couple of things we have to do in order to solve this problem. First of all, we need to figure out how much we're spending all together. So we need to find out how much not 1 but 2 tennis balls are going to cost. So I'm going to do some addition for that. So when we do this, there are a couple of ways you can write it. It might help you to just write out the money amount like this, $0, decimal 27, and the same thing again, because we're just adding the same number twice. It might be helpful for you to put in your columns here, just like we do when we're adding together any numbers. So we've got, of course, our ones, our tens, and our hundreds column. Always want to start on the far right side in our ones. So we're going to add 7 plus 7, which equals 14. So I'm going to put the 4 from the ones place at the bottom. The new 10 that we made moves over to the next column. Here we have 2 plus 1 for 3, and 2 more for 5. And over here we just have a 0 and a 0, so we're just going to bring that down to the bottom. And we want to make sure we put our decimal point in the same place all the way down. And we'll put the dollar sign there to be complete. So we know that we're spending 54 cents altogether. The next step is we need to subtract 54 cents from the $1 that we already have. So we know that we're spending 54 cents altogether. We know that we start with $1. So we're going to put our $1 that we have at the very top. And this time we're going to subtract. Ooh, I should have remembered to put an addition symbol there. And we'll remember that we're subtracting over here. $1 and 0 cents. It's important to remember to mark those in there as well. We're going to be subtracting this time 54. Once again, I'm going to draw our columns so that we keep our numbers all together in the right place. And just like always, we're going to start at the far right. Now, if I start by looking here, I have 0, take away 4. And I'm not able to do that because I can't take a bigger number away from a smaller number. So I'm going to look over to the next column here, my tens column. There's nothing here for me to borrow. So I need to move over one more time to my hundreds column. So I'm going to borrow from here. And if I have 1 100 and I'm borrowing 1, then left here I have 0. And I'm going to bring that 1 over to here. So now I have 10 here. And now I can borrow from here and come over to my last column. So if I'm going to borrow 1 from 10, that's going to disappear and I'm going to be left with 9. I'm going to just sneak that down there. And now if I'm bringing 1 over from here, I'm doing 10 take away 4. 10 take away 4, of course I can display that quite easily. There's my 10, get rid of 4, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In the next column, now the 0 and the 1 have been crossed out, so I'm doing 9, take away 5, which is easy to do again. You can hold up 9 here, get rid of 5 of them, and I'm left with 4. And if I move over to the next column, I just have 0, take away 0. 0 comes to the bottom, the decimal place is there, and I have 46 cents left. So that's going to be the change left over. Now I'm going to show you this same problem, but instead I'm going to work through it using actual money and show you how we'd figure that out. Okay, so we're going to work through the same problem again, but this time instead of just writing out the numbers, I'm going to show you how we'd actually use real money, or if you're using pretend money at home, or the virtual manipulative, how we could break that down. So I know that I have $1. I know that 2 tennis balls cost 54 cents altogether. So I need to figure out if I gave somebody this dollar, how much I'd be getting back. So I need to get rid of 54 cents, but of course this is one piece of money and I can't do that. So I'm going to split it apart. So the first thing I know about a dollar is that I can also use 4 quarters to make that. So I'm going to do a straight trade here. 4 quarters. So the amount of money hasn't changed. Now I want to get rid of 54 cents. So I know that 2 quarters equals 50 cents. So I can get rid of 50 cents just like that. And then I only have to worry about 4 cents. If I want to show the numbers here, I can show now I've paid 50 cents. So I can say 4 take away 0 is 4. 5 take away 5 is 0. 0 take away 0 is 0. And I still only have to pay 4 cents. Now once again, I can't make 4 cents out of 2 quarters, so I have to break one apart. So I'm going to take that quarter. I'm going to get out an equal amount of money using different coins. 10, 15, 20, 25. So the amount that's there hasn't changed, but I still can't make 4 cents out of that. Now, you might not have pennies in your home anymore because they're becoming rare. But if you don't, then maybe you can just use something else to stand in as pennies. So I do happen to have some. So I'm going to take 5 pennies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A couple of American ones in there. And take that out. So there's still 50 cents here. And now it's easy for me to get rid of 4 cents. I just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I have left here is going to be the change that I get back. So let's see if that gives us the same answer as we got before. So I've got 25, 35, 40, 45, 46 cents left. And I can double check that by doing the 50 cents that I had, take away 4 more cents. So I can show that here. 50 cents, and I still had to pay 4. So I'm trying to do 0, take away 4, which I can't do. I'll go next door for 10 more. The 4 stays and the 1 jumps over. 10 take away 4 is 6. 4 take away 0 is 4. 0 take away 0 is 0. So that gives me the same answer as we got last time, 46 cents. Okay, for the last example, we're going to take one right from the worksheet. I'm going to do the second one right here. And I'm going to work through it using only numbers. So this is if you're feeling confident with the money and you want to go ahead and try some of these more challenging problems. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. I noticed that they did the thing that I warned you about in the first video where they write out cents amounts without using the dollar sign. This is why I don't like to do that, because then you have over here 51 cents, down here the dollar symbol showing $1.15. So I'm actually going to change this to writing it out the same way. So, oh, hello cat. So, back to business. Down here, we have the football. And in fact, you'll notice they changed the way they wrote it anyway down here. So we're going to put 0 cents, or sorry, $0, decimal, 51 cents. And for some reason, Tina wants a hockey stick to go with her football. So we're going to add $1.15 down here for the hockey stick. We're adding these together, so 1 plus 5 gives us 6. 5 plus 1 is the same thing in reverse. 0 plus 1, so the total cost is $1.66. So down at the bottom here, we're going to take what Tina has all together, $1.75, and we're going to subtract altogether the cost of both of those items. So $1.66. And then we can go ahead and start doing the math. So over here, I cannot do 5 take away 6 because I can't take away a larger number from a smaller number. So I'll borrow 1 from the 7. The 7 becomes a 6, and over here now I have 15 take away 6. If I want to count that out, I can start at 15, hold up 6, and count them down. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So 15 take away 6 gives me 9. In the middle column, I have 6 take away 6, which is going to be 0. And over in the dollars there, I have 1 subtract 1, which is also going to be 0. So Tina's change after paying $1.75 for items that cost $1.66 is 9 cents.